shall try and be polite. Some people know I can be very blunt, but I shall try and be polite and show some respect to the residents and not where they've been treated today. Right at the beginning, Councillor Walsh, you said we cannot revisit the planning application, and I agree with you. I thought, well, let's follow the rules. I'm watching the lawyer, watching head of community services. Let's follow the rules. And everybody threw the rules straight through the ruddy window. Everybody's been talking about a planning application. What has got planning permission? Don't tell me to shut up either, because I'm not in the mood today, John.
Councillor Wilkinson, you will conduct yourself in a proper manner in this committee, or you will be barred from the meeting.
I'll be banned from the meeting? Well, I'll tell you what, it might be worth it, John. Might be worth it. We were told right at the beginning, this is a deed of variation. Everybody's talking about everything but a deed of variation. In fact, I'll actually say this, the only person who really talked about deed of variation, apart from Mr. Dean, very eloquently, was probably Mr. Knight. And we veered off and we were talking about enforcement action. Would we take action against Peel? Why? Are we frightened of Peel as a council? Because we lost once before? Are we now saying that they're untouchable and every other little person in this borough can be squashed? Don't shake your head, John, because we know full well how the game plays. You should be frightened of this planning application because Peel would come back and want 5,000 or 6,000 houses. We should be grateful for everything they've done. What the hell have they done? They've done nothing yet. So let's go back to the deed of variation. I'll stick to that because that's the only thing before us. Not all the frightening arguments about what Peel may do and what have you. Because if this Ryder Cup is so important to them, they'll fight for the Ryder Cup tooth and nail. They'll arm twist the government. They'll arm twist the Treasury. They've got everybody behind them, as I said earlier. They've got every development plan in the Greater Manchester and North West. This council fully backs Peel. Most of you voted for places for everyone in March last year, except you, Councillor, you weren't here. There was one or two others. And it's in there, it's in the small print. So everybody is backing Peel. End of. If they have to come back for a planning application in October 25, this year, it'll be passed. Just like that. Because everybody is in support of it. And let's not kid ourselves. I don't want the residents up there to be kidded by it. Everybody from this council, from the combined authority, from the Mayor of Manchester, what's named North, whatever it's called, its initials, the Treasury, the government, the Deputy Prime Minister, everybody is fighting for Peel to get the Ryder Cup. Simple as that. So in October 25, it will be a simple re-submission of the application, and guess what? It'll be. Won't even need to go through the process. It'll be nodded through so fast. You won't even blink, it'll be through. So let's go back to deeds of variation. Their permission is tied to Ryder Cup and October 25. Why are they different to most other people? Well, I could say things, but I won't because I don't get into trouble. But I think they, more than anybody, because they're backed by everybody, should be following the law. The 106 agreement is a binding condition. Don't like it, let's change it. And with the greatest respect to officers, we've got another binding condition. Oh, hang on, we had one before, it was called the 106 agreement. Didn't like it, let's change it. Can somebody tell me that that one won't be changed? Because when people tell me it's a binding treaty, well, people have gone to war on a binding treaty, and it looks like war's been declared. So I know I've lost. I can tell with the mood in the room, shall I say. And when the chair and vice chair throw in, and the system kicks in on behalf of the applicant, I know the way the wind's blowing. So I'm telling people up there, you've lost. Bluntly. So I'm going to move that the deed of variation is not approved and the original 106 agreement is maintained. And when planning permission runs out, it can reapply like everybody else.
Please, please, I don't have to clear the gallery.